Okay, it is Feedback Friday and I am feeling better and I'm going to try to get through this without coughing. But I just wanted to jump on here to tell you we are wrapping up week 3. We have 2 weeks left. That last week is pretty short. You have a small team assignment and your final exam. You'll want to get that in pretty quickly. We won't have that full week. So we are wrapping up persuasion. I want to say something as you go into your persuasive speeches. Everyone that's posted a claim, I've tried to give you some feedback on your claim. I'm going to look over the research in the next 24 hours or so, and trying to make sure everything is graded going into that persuasive presentation. If you have posted an informative speech, I've graded it, and you should see feedback there. One primary thing I want to point out that I'm seeing a lot of, and this is just something we're going to step up in the next presentation. You're all doing a great job citing research, but I want you to think about something that needs 2 parts to be balanced. So we have this research, we call this education, and then we have examples or experience. If you were to look in your persuasive unit, they would talk about expert testimony and lay testimony. So as you go to persuade us or to defend a position, you want to make sure that you're saying, according to research blank, but then you want to make sure you have a counterbalance with a personal example. So, for example, if you were to talk about, let's say you had diabetes, you were giving your speech, you're saying, according to blank, the 3 most common symptoms of diabetes were blank, blank, blank. So you're going to quote WebMD or a journal of medicine, but then your example, your personal example is going to be, when I was first diagnosed, here was the symptom, I experienced this, and it felt like this. So you're balancing these with education and experience. So we want to really work on having both. One, Aristotle would call logos, or logic, and even to some extent a little bit of ethos. The other he would consider pathos or personal, right? That emotional appeal. You want to have education and you want to have experience or examples. So if you're sharing about something, you lead with, according to this source, there's a decline in volunteering. Now, in my experience, when I volunteered here, there used to be a lot of people. Now there's not as many. So you want to balance those 2 really well. So many of you, I'm going to say 80%, are doing a great job of staying caught up. Those of you that may be falling just a little behind, don't panic. It's not too late to get caught up. Don't jump ship yet. I hope you've been watching the Olympics. It is getting me through as far as being inspired to just keep plugging away. I'll keep grading. I appreciate your emails. Oh, last thing, there haven't been a ton of questions, but the questions that primarily have come in are about, I didn't see a grade for this, or the learning curve. So the system somehow is automatically putting zeros in. I am going through every single list to make sure that if you completed the learning curve, you are getting credit for it. So don't panic if you see a 0 and you say, listen, I did it in Launchpad or in Achieve. I'm getting those scores updated. You're going to see those come in. I just have to go in manually and put them in. I don't know why it automatically drops zeros, but don't panic. So have a great weekend, everybody. Welcome to August. It's going to feel like back to school very soon, and I'm back in my office working, answering emails. I'll be available some over the weekend, but just keep working on those persuasive speeches, and I look forward to grading them.